I'll be damned. There was a time when watching Hugo Calderano play was like watching a guy try to win chess by punching the board. Relentless, explosive, terrifyingly strong, but about as subtle as a jackhammer to the teeth. I used to think he was the human embodiment of hold W and hope for the best. And to be fair, he kinda was. But now, he's gone from glorified bruiser to World Cup champion. This is the fall and the rise of Hugo Calderano. In the early 2020s, Calderano was being hyped as the savior of Latin American table tennis. The man who'd break through the Chinese monopoly, storm the gates of heaven, and deliver the glorious, flaming forehands of freedom. Except he didn't. Every time a major tournament rolled around, Hugo would load his power bar to 110%, and then proceed to detonate himself somewhere around the quarterfinals. He was the king of the highlight reel and the early exit. You want unforced errors? He had a buffet. You want a tactical variety? Tough luck. Watching him was like watching someone try and mow alone with a bazooka. Entertaining? Absolutely. Effective? Not so much. Eventually the world stopped being afraid of the big forehand. Players adapted, they absorbed, redirected, and basically turned his strength against him. If you were here since the beginning of the channel, you know I've been one of the biggest critics of Hugo Calderano, probably on YouTube. His lack of adjustments were always bothering me, and his lack of breakthroughs were frustrating, only because I know of how good Hugo can be. The breaking point for me was the Olympics. As you know, I picked Truls to go to the final over him. And him leading game 1 against Truls and losing in such a way was really heartbreaking. Ever since then, he didn't seem like himself for the rest of the game and for the third place match against Felix Lebrun. He looked done, exhausted, mentally destroyed, and worst of all, defeated. So what did Hugo do? He did something rare in sports, especially in table tennis. Shut up, disappeared, went back to the lab. He took his talents to Europe, trained in the Bundesliga, and learned how to play smart. The mindless boom shots were gone. In came touch shots, the patience, and actual point construction. Hugo Calderano was evolving, like a Pokemon who finally realized maybe I should stop using self-destruct every battle. Fast forward to 2024. Hugo wins the World Cup, not in a fluke run, but by outplaying people who used to mop the floor with him. And then, just to flex on us even harder, he got second in the World Championships the next year, with obviously the great semifinal against Lian Jinkun. Suddenly, this wasn't the same guy. He was calmer, calculated, crafty. The power was still there, but it had context. He wasn't swinging for the fences every rally. He was setting traps. He was working angles. He was picking his moments. I hate it, but I respect it. He stopped being a one-dimensional brawler and started acting like a surgeon with a sledgehammer. I don't often see the redemption arcs in real life, especially in sport dominated by robots from training academies who have been perfecting their forehand topspin since they were 3. Hugo broke through, not because of his power, not because of his brute force, but because he changed, because he adjusted. And that takes more than skill. It takes humility and a boatload of work. It didn't just prove me wrong, he made me happy to be wrong. Because from now, I'm a believer. The bee's got brains, and it's a terrifying combo. Hugo, in my opinion, went from a glorified punching machine to a legitimate world-class contender. And if he keeps this up, you never know what can happen. Thank you so much for watching this video about Hugo Calderano. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, and I see you in the next video. Peace.